I think the best thing that could ever happen to change the health of America would be to eliminate subsidies.
The big farms and the big process and stuff where the subsidies are what drives that.
Yep.
How do we beat that system?
Well, I know I'm going to get chastised for saying this, but you said I could say anything I want
Yeah,
to say.
on this show, you say anything you want.
I think the best thing that could ever happen to change the health of America would be to eliminate subsidies. Get rid of them.
Just get rid of them.
Get rid of them. I'll tell you, I was in New Zealand about 10 years ago. I did 4 schools over there, 4 grazing schools.
Wow.
And every single town that I went into, I'm talking from 800 population to maybe 3,000, the towns were bustling. All the businesses were packed. People walking the streets buying stuff, thriving businesses. It was all being powered by small farmers.
Wow.
They took the subsidies away from the New Zealand.
Right.
In one night, the farmers all woke up. There was no more government subsidies. What it did is it made the good farmers succeed. They started learning how to farm and make a profit. The bad farmers, they were gone.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of livestock production in New Zealand.
Right.
And I don't know why we couldn't do that over here. I see all these small towns around me.
Right.
They used to be bustling when I was a kid.
Right.
They're ghost towns today. There's nobody living there. The schools are closed.
Right. We grew up in our grandmother, our uncles, they worked a ranch for a person.
Yep.
But we all grew up on it.
Yep.
And I don't know, 300 to 1,000 acres, something. It was a lot, and it was all cattle production.
Yep.
And the town that they were next to, even when we were kids,
Yep.
was already headed that direction.
Starting to go down.
Yeah, it was like we used to always say that town's a time capsule.
Yeah.
Because it just froze right there.
Yeah.
And so I see that as, and even the town that I grew up in, most of the farmers where I grew up, which just there in eastern Oklahoma, are all row crop farmers. They're all big acreage farmers. And yeah, they said it. They made more on insurance.
Yep.
Than if they took it to the market.
Exactly.
I
hate to say this, but I know there's farmers that are intentionally farming land. They don't ever hope to combine a crop off of it.
Right.
It's all crop insurance.
Right.
They put crop insurance on. It's already happening up in North Missouri.
Right.
There's land up there that should not be farmed. It needs to be put back to grass.
Right.
Put herbivores on it to heal it. No, and get a government payment on it.
Right. And instead, like I said, we stay stuck in that model.
Yep.
It's
taxpayers subsidized. It's our dollars.
Right.
It's taxpayer dollars. People should give a darn about it.
Well, they should.
They should.
And but and I guess we could get off on that thing, the fact that they tie inside the farm bill, they tie all these things, these benefits to people that make them not want that to go away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
so I think until we fix that, and I'm hopeful, but like I said, we've only got 3.5 years. So hey, who knows? But anyway, well, I appreciate that and appreciate your thoughts on that.
I want to make one more
point.
Absolutely. Everybody says we can't feed the world with the practices that I'm using.
Okay.
I'm saying, wait a minute, back up a minute. What if we had access to some of this land that you're raising corn and beans that's worth pennies today?
Right.
Corn's $3 a bushel, beans are $8. We got mountains of it building up out here. We can't even store it. We raise so much of it.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants to buy it. It's in abundance. What are we doing raising all this corn for cattle? The cattle can eat grass.
Right.
They're a herbivore. They're not a granivore.
Right.
So what are we doing raising all this corn, destroying our landscape, putting all this fungicides, herbicides, pesticides? I had a guy spray a field next to me. I mean, we don't have much cropland around, but he sprayed it with glyphosate 2 weeks ago. Every time I drive by there with my windows up, I can smell that crap.
Wow.
And I'm like, what's that doing to the health of America? You got to smell that crap. It's not good for you.
No, couldn't be.
And so I'm saying, wait a minute, put the cattle back on some of this good land. Think of the beef that we could raise and heal the landscape at the same time.
Right. Well, I what always comes to my mind is that they have been so in a system that they think, oh, we can't do that. And It's like, well, we did it forever, just because you never did it.
Yeah.
And it's what Bob learned from Bob's dad and Bob's grandpa, and
Yep.
and it's just this handed down, and nobody's willing to break the mold.
Yeah.
And,
You got to think outside the box.
right,
Yeah.
and that's what we're talking about. Thinking outside that box, and coming up with creative ways, and that's what I loved about the idea of the lease land, and,
Yep.
and being able to do these things. We tell people all the time, it's like, hey, listen, you've got somebody next to a neighbor that's an elderly person, and they've gardened.
Yeah.
Make a deal. You
Yeah.
be the labor.
Absolutely.
Something.
We have to
anything.
be louder than them.
Right.
And one of the ways to do that is social media.
Absolutely.
I have my own YouTube channel. It's called Greg Judy Regenerative Rancher. 5 videos a week, free.
Wow.
I'm telling people what I'm doing. We're up to 135,000 subscribers now.
Wow, that's awesome.
And we get 3.6 million views a month.
Wow.
And that's all over the world. It's a huge, the internet's unbelievable.
Oh, it is. It's changed it, and that's what we've seen with that TVA incident. It's
Yep.
what we're seeing in other places, that the social media world and that public scrutiny
Yes,
is what can change things.
it is.
Yeah.
And
it's
hard to control it.
Oh no, you
you know,
can't. That's the thing. They
That's
can't.
the thing, they can't.
It's what makes them mad.
It's driving them nuts. It's driving them nuts.
Trying to figure that one out. But okay, so that was Greg Judy Regenerative
Rancher.
Rancher.
Yep.
Okay, and that's on YouTube.
YouTube.
Do you do Facebook or anything else?
Yes, we have a Facebook page. My wife does that.
Okay.
And a website, greenpasturesfarm.net.
greenpasturesfarm.net.
Yep.
But Greg Judy Regenerative
Rancher.
Rancher.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yep.
Check that out. It sounds like a lot of videos, a lot of information, and he's giving it away for free.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything.
How about that? But anyway, but yeah, so go check that out, because you may be interested in looking into their internship program or going to one of their grazing schools and checking those things out. Again, it's we and I didn't get a chance to talk with Greg about this, our 7 steps to self-reliance, but step 7 is mentorship and sharing what we know and teaching people, and Greg's a huge part of that, coming out to these events. And
I love doing that.
yeah. And we appreciate your time with us today. It was interesting conversation, number 1. 2, just learning an insight into that, and we appreciate your time for that. And I know you're speaking here
Tomorrow again.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I spoke today too.
Spoke today earlier, and then speaking again tomorrow.
Yep.
So I think everybody's probably out here or going to be out here. It's already got plans, but hopefully go check Greg out. If not, go check him out on YouTube. You'll get it out there. Greg, appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thank you very
you.
much. Folks.
Thank you for what you all do.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So anyway, folks, you know what we do here on the Farm to Table Show, and it's just bringing you more of what's happening out here at events like this. But we're going to end it just like we end every episode with our little catchphrase. But before we do that, remember, hashtag think outside the big box store, shop local, hashtag stronger together, hashtag connect and grow, hashtag tablers unite. Anyway, I think that's enough of them. Anyway, as we say at the end of every show, prepare for the unexpected and keep it local.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.